Have you ever have this fancy dream of getting any job that you like, and the moment you think it comes? Well, I also thought like that, and not so immediately, but after some time I actually got into those kind of jobs. Now you can say that as law of attraction. But while you are practicing law of attraction, your mind should not go negative. What do you do for that? I have a system in which I don't allow my mind to go negative. If it is a job search, then I follow certain things. First of all, my principle is I do 30% of work consistently, and 70% blessings come. Before we proceed, let me tell about myself. I am a coach and consultant in which I have impacted 1 crore lives by training 18,000 professionals. I have brought a food scarce where people were not getting to eat, that area into food sufficiency, which means they had food to eat and they had enough grain to sell. That area became very educated also. Then I installed 239 CSEs in Meghalaya. Similar CSEs, that was the first of those, and I could handle 6 states at the same time: Meghalaya, Tripura, Sikkim, Odisha, Maharashtra, and Punjab. Did I leave any state? And I did this by remaining at Hyderabad as the central person, spoke and hub. So I was at the hub. Then I learned business analytics to analyze the situation happening out of a crisis. I got 45 lakhs women enumerated in the state of Rajasthan in 29 districts by training 12,000 people. So these are my credentials. Now how did I came to do all those things? I never thought of those kind of dreams that I could materialize, although I always thought about how I could achieve significance, Why significance? Because once significance is reached, then all your problems will look smaller because you are working towards a bigger goal. You are not frequently getting into those kind of problems, right? So that is my background. Now, if you can learn from this, what I did was, while I was following that 30% formula of consistency, I consistently did what I knew the best. That is working in the right direction. No matter what, whatever I thought was the right step, I did it. Whether my boss agreed to it or not, whether there was no promotion because I took that step, because there were a lot of ridicule in the company because of that, but everybody saw the end result sooner or later. It took some time because food sufficiency is not something you are going to do overnight, right? But I did maintain data to show that there is progress. Sometimes progress is very slow, and once it is done, people don't remember what was the earlier stage. So it is very important that you maintain a baseline of data. How did you start at that place? So that is one part of the story. The second part is selling myself. So I always thought of doing something very significant which is beyond my role. So whatever job I had been given, that is fine, I was doing right, but there is also another aspect of it, that to grow you need to learn. and you need to take risk. You need to do something which is unusual. And my goal was significance, right? Because I was not happy in just a promotion, in just gaining another 10,000 salary in increment or something. I wanted significance. I wanted to do something which made some difference in people's life. Do you want to do that? Of course you do, right? But you don't know how to do. There are four stages to it. The first is your strength analysis. Whatever is my strength is not your strength, but you can do with your strength exceptional things in life. So, would you like to know what your strengths are? You do a strength analysis, right? Any just Google strength analysis and you will get a lot of sites. Do that. And then how those strengths are matching in your resume. Do that also. Once you are done, you will find a combination of strength which is unlike anybody else's. Even though you are doing a small thing, still that is your proficiency and nobody can beat you at that, right? So that is the first thing. I get hard time explaining to people that small things also matter. And whatever you are good at, please try to keep at that. Although, including me, we do a lot of things which is required, but your strength is just one. Always focus onto that. Somehow you get to that direction all the time. So people will get to know that you love doing that. Many times people are told, you are told that you are good at that, you are good at this, right? So if you are good at that, you are consistently doing that. So that is stage number 2. Keep doing that. Stage number 3 is whatever you have learned that can be significant for somebody. So you have to see the ultimate vision of people at very, very senior level. Those people are aligned to the organization's goal and they are working at the very top level of the organization. The details are percolated down below, and very ground level things are done by the entry level people. But at the top level they are working and they are setting the direction of the organization. That level, if your work is going to impact and if you can see that linkage, that your work actually is meaningful to the organization's direction, then you click a chord that is invaluable for you. That is step number 3. Now, because you are at a very small level compared to that big level, you might lose confidence. How do you maintain your confidence? That is the 4th stage. What you do is, you try to learn your competency stories. 10 will do? Well, yes. Because you have 10 instances where you are contributing to the organization's goal. But how do you find those 10? For me and for you, it is different. Because our work is different. Even though we are working in the same organization, almost in the same profile, then also your 10 will be very different from my 10. Because your strength will be very different from my strength. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind and work towards this. So these are the 4 things that you need to do. Sounds very difficult. It might be, but it is not. And keep listening to what I have to say and what I have to write. whenever I write. So I ask you to share your email ID and phone number with me so that you can come to my workshops or classes where we can do this analysis and these steps for you. Actually, I'll be doing a live demonstration of how I match my resume to a to an entirely strange kind of portfolio. But the level is same, vice president level. And it will be fun. I don't bother whether I get or not. But you will be surprised to know that I will be very, very close to that profile. For sure. From how do I get this confidence? This is because as you grow up, it is not your skills, it is your attitude that matters. Hope you understand, and I am waiting for your comments. Thank you for watching.